During the 2,500-mile journey from Hawaii to Alaska, I found myself up the mast of Sea Dream of Clyde, well, about 1,000 miles from any point of land. After my friend Brian and I had endured several days of rough weather that included a short-lived gale on the nose, we discovered this! A failing shroud is not what you want to see when you're 1,000 miles offshore. Lucky for us, the seas on the day that we found this alarming situation were about as calm as one could ever expect to experience out in the North Pacific Ocean. We were able to run an old piece of running rigging straight through the mast to act as a splint if the compromised piece of rigging decided to let go. While sailing extra conservatively, to our relief, no more strands frayed during the following 2 weeks it took us to get safely to Alaska. But now it's time to swap out this shroud in a much calmer setting.
It's an absolutely gorgeous morning in Reed Inlet, and got a bit of chores to do before we go have fun. And so the main one here we're taking care of is switching out this rigging now. So Kat brought up some of the old rigging that was passed down to me from the garage where a bunch of stuff was stored, and so it's in fine shape. It's going to be great for us to get home on. Of course, we're going to replace the whole rig in due time when we get back. But yeah, as you saw in the previous video, this is compromised. So I'm going to go ahead and detach the little splint that we had here, and then I can go up the mast and take that off, loosen off the rigging, then go up the mast, put the old new one on, and we'll be on our way. Okay, I got it slackened off to the point where I'm going to be able to just take the whole toggle off. So now it's time to go up the mast and remove this and put the new old one on. So if, like me, you haven't, messed with the rigging too much, I didn't realize how much of an influence these little lower stays have, and in the mast is just super loose now. Of course this stays super loose, but I can actually just flex the mast with almost no effort, and maybe you can see the mast not being in column anymore. See that bow to it. So I'm gonna gingerly go up and switch the stays and retension them. That's just wild. I feel so fortunate that stay didn't blow. That's scary to think what would have happened. It totally could have got dismasted just from those strands starting to go, and if the rest of them gone. But it's one of those things that can hide. This rigging's not especially old. It's a few years older than what some folks may have used offshore. It's about 12 or 13 years old. In the Pacific Northwest, that's considered okay. But anyways, freaky. Most beautiful place I've done maintenance.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay, that was pretty straightforward. It definitely felt alarming being on the mast how much it was moving on us, but now we just gotta attach the new old rigging. Looks like it's gonna fit perfectly, and then tighten it all up, and we're good to go. Okay, we have a rig again. I'll give it good tension right now, and then we'll have to sail to windward to really make sure it's proper. It's not slack when we're on the starboard tack. And yeah, looks good though. The mast is probably no longer bowed out. Slightly, so I'll tension this some more, and then we're pretty good. This is definitely the most scenic place I've ever done maintenance. Fantastic.
After we installed the replacement rigging, the winds were either very light or from astern, so we didn't get a chance to do the final adjustments to the shroud for a week or so. Unfortunately, I forgot to catch footage of the adjustments, But the short and long of it is that when the shroud in question is on the leeward side, you take up any slack that may exist, tack, then check that the mast is in column, as in straight, not bowing to either side. It took several adjustments to get it just right, but it wasn't particularly difficult, if a little exciting while smashing into the wind chop. Thanks for watching, and I hope this mini episode might provide helpful information for folks that might have to do this themselves. Bye for now!